Hi, and welcome to Live with Connie. Please let me know as you enter the chat. Wait, I'm going to type it in the chat. I just got a private chat. Oh, your message went into private chat, Crystal.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Well, now I don't have a chat box. I mean, a box. I guess I can't.
Yeah, I just put it in the chat.
No, I'm saying I don't see a chat box on my end at all, so I guess I can't.
You should be able to because, well, I don't know. I'm trying to. That's true. I didn't do any chatting on your live, so I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows?
Hi, Deanna. How are you doing tonight?
Hi, Deanna.
What are you currently working on?
Well, we got one.
As you enter the chat, please let us know you're here. Deanna is doing great, finishing up her blessed pillow. Ooh, how much do you have left on it?
Sounds pretty. Whatever a blessed pillow is.
She showed me the picture of it. It's really pretty. Deanna says she needs more time to crochet. I agree because lately I feel like I haven't gotten much done. Hi, Lori. How are you doing today? And what are you currently working on? And I also want to welcome everybody that's going to be watching this video on replay. And please feel free to leave comments in the comments when you watch it on replay. You can answer the questions that we ask. Yeah. So I think y'all both know that this is Crystal, my YouTube BFF. Lori's been having a headache, so not much. Oh, I hope your head feels better.
Me too. I hope you feel better.
Deanna says it's her first time doing words, so it's going slow. I'm on row 14 of 40. I frogged a few times laughing out loud. Yeah, color work takes a little to get used to, but we've all had our frogging.
Mm-hmm.
Because on my socks I had to do some frogging last well, that was last week.
Yeah.
All because I messed up one stitch. And it was like, and I really need to get in the habit of using lifelines whenever I knit.
I did that with the shawl I'm designing. I missed a stitch and I had to tear a whole row. I mean, it had like over 150 stitches in it by that time. I'm like, oh.
Oh, and or whenever you've done like a good bit on a project, and it's just like, no.
Yep.
But one thing I find usually in the end, it was for the best. because a lot of times whenever I've had to frog a project, there was something I wasn't sure about. Like maybe I didn't like the colors.
Yeah.
So anyone have any plans for this week or this weekend coming up?
Let's see. We were going to have a garage sale, but we found out it's going to rain. So,
Uh, oh, if
no
I
to
live
that.
by you, I would so shop you yard sale if we live close. Deanna says, I'm going to follow through. I want to learn this. There were a lot of patterns I love.
Aw.
Oh, I have so many patterns bookmarked, but I'll probably never have time to do everything.
Yeah, stay strong.
And as you enter the live, please let us know that you're here by leaving a comment.
Yeah,
So,
never
Chris,
give up.
so you want to tell everybody a little bit about your channel or anything that you want to talk about?
Okay. I'm Crystal. I'm the Yarny Chicken and Crazy Cat Lady. One, I love yarn. Two, I have chickens and I love them. And three, I'm crazy over my cats. Sums my channel up. And then we have gardening, plants and everything else around, so.
Yeah, you have to love seeing the animals. I always love seeing Tom and Oreo and the chickens. Deanna
Yeah,
loves your channel name.
thank you. I tried to think up something unique. And a lot of people go, that channel name is way too long. And I'm like, but it's unique.
I always have trouble remembering how exactly it goes.
Think of yarn chicken cat.
One chicken cat.
Yeah, yarny chicken and cat. That should keep it in order for you.
Okay.
You're so welcome, Deanna.
I guess we'll start with the questions. Okay, the first question is, do you like to fish? And my answer is I do. I'm not really good at catching fish, but I mean, I went fishing a lot as a kid because my
Mm-hmm.
dad was really into fishing. When I was stationed in Diego Garcia, I went deep sea fishing a few times. That was cool, and for the most part, it's just nice to be on a boat out on the water.
Yeah.
And what about you, Crystal?
I do love fishing. My grandfather, every weekend, we lived in South Texas and or around Galveston, should I say. Every weekend he would go fishing. And I remember in between the ages of 6 and 8 years old, I would go fishing with him sometimes. And we would get up at like 4:30 in the morning, leave before it even was sunlight. Texas City, my grandmother says. He would go fishing in Texas City. And so, yeah, I was the type of person to catch, sit there and catch a fish, grab it with my hands. And he eventually taught me how to take the hook out and everything. So,
See, I don't think I really did much with taking the hook out. I think other people usually do that for me. But I think it's just so nice to be out on a boat in the water.
mm-hmm.
So how about y'all Deanna and Lori? Y'all like to go fishing? Oh, the internet keeps knocking Lori off. And as y'all enter the chat, please let us know that you're here. And Deanna says, I'm going to be with I'm going to be with the grandkids tomorrow. I do like to fish. We are currently looking to charter a boat in Gold Beach, Oregon. Ooh, that sounds nice. And we are vacationing there this year. The one available for halibut, and it cut off the rest of your statement, Deanna. But yeah, that sounds nice. A charter boat. And Kay just entered. Hi, Kay. How are you doing today? And let us know what you're currently working on. Am I echoing?
I don't think so.
Okay. I heard an echo on my end. And Deanna says, and possibly crab. Ooh, yeah. Catch some crab. Ooh, I want some crabs. I haven't had crabs in forever. And Kay says she likes to fish, but she don't take the fish off the hook. And Denine's here. Hi, Denine. How are you doing tonight? And let us know what you're currently working on. And discovering knitting. Hi. How are you doing tonight? And what's your first name? And she says she's sewing up a knitted sweater, that she loves fishing and hasn't been in a while. And Deanna says I'm not echoing, okay, on her end. And Kay says she's currently working at work.
Have a good day at work.
Yeah. I think every time you're on, you're usually at work. Okay. Discovering Knitting's name is Dorleen. Okay.
Hi, Dorleen.
And Deanna says that's no fun for Kay. So you want to go ahead and ask the next question, Crystal?
Sure. Who or what sparked your desire to crochet or knit?
For me, it would be basically I really liked the cute little hats, and I wanted to start to learn. Oh, I'm thinking the wrong thing. Oh no, I'm not.
It's okay.
For all of a sudden, I started thinking that I was on the wrong track with what I was saying. But I like the cutesy hats, and I wanted to learn how to make them. And then, like, I would get cold a lot, and I always loved seeing the pretty shawls. So I really wanted to learn how to make them, which initially I tried to learn crochet, and that didn't work out the first time. And then one time at a church event, a lot of people were asking me if I had made the shawl that I was wearing, which I hadn't. That project I didn't make. That was before I made anything. So that got me determined to learn loom knitting, which progressed into me learning how to knit and then crochet. And what about you, Crystal?
The question, Deanna, was who or what sparked your desire to crochet or knit? And I guess for me, always watching my grandmother crochet made me want to learn how to do it. And the very first time I think I tried, I was in teens. And I tried and I thought I got it. And I had no stitch definition. I didn't know what I was doing. And I just kind of put it aside. And then in 2019, I picked it back up when I found out my sister was pregnant with her third kid. And it was her first son that she was going to have. So I was like, oh, I really want to make him something like a blanket or, a little hat and booty set. So that's kind of what I got into. So.
Okay. Deneen says she is working on pocket shawl number 100. She makes a lot of pocket shawls. I'm impressed. 100. I made 2 so far.
I made one.
And Kay says, no fun at all. I work overnight, so I work Sunday through Thursday nights. Ooh, yeah, overnights are not fun. I used to work overnights when I worked at the hospital. Deneen says, my sister, who is 10 years older than me, was making a granny square Afghan, and I asked if she would teach me how to crochet. And she said, no, she handed me a ball of yarn and a hook and a granny square. Ooh, you had to learn the hard way. I learned tutorials.
That's kind of funny that Deneen says that, because my grandmother, she saw her grandmother crocheting. And I think she had asked when she was like 7 years old to teach her to crochet, and her grandmother said no. But I think what it was, she could look at the picture and make it, but not read a pattern. So she couldn't really teach her what to do. She gave her a crochet hook and some crochet thread, and Mama figured out how to crochet on her own.
And then Kay says she was at her cousin's house and she was crocheting and it looked so interesting, so she taught me. And really, I really wish when it came to learning to crochet that I could have had someone show me, especially before I figured it out on my own. Deneen says she was 8. And Darlene says she started knitting when she turned 48 last year, August. She wanted a hobby since she couldn't do anything else because of COVID. She watched a few videos and it'll be a year this August. Yeah, I started crocheting September of 2020 and knitting was May 2019. And Deneen says 2 years ago for craft sales, I made over 400 hats. Ooh, that's a lot of hats. I don't even think I've made that many hats yet. And I've made a good bit of hats. And Deanna says, I was empty nesting and was just put on disability and needed something to do, so I bought yarn and hooks and looked to YouTube for tutorials. I was 32. And YouTube makes everything so much easier to learn nowadays. And Deanna says, holy moly, 400 hats.
That is a lot.
And some people can make those hats fast, yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I was quicker than what I am with knitting and crochet.
Well, for me, I can make a regular crocheted hat. If I know the pattern good enough, I can make it in probably 45 minutes to an hour and a half.
And discovering knitting says, Darlene, she says, wow, instead of the cat lady, we'll call you the hat lady. Laughing out loud, get it? Oh, one thing I want to let y'all know, I'm going to be starting to do a shout out video. I'm going to be doing it on Thursdays. So if you have a YouTube channel and you want me to give you a shout out, let me know. You can let me know in the comments here or send me an email. My email is justanotherstitch2020@gmail.com. And okay, I think it's my turn to ask the next question. Are you a morning person or a night owl? I'm more of a morning person. I tend to get tired early. So, but lately it's kind of like shifted some. Ever since the time change, I've been falling asleep later and not getting up as early as normal. And I don't know why I haven't gotten back to normal since the time changed. How about you, Crystal?
I've always been a night owl, but I do. I have gone to bed a lot earlier than I used to. I used to when I was probably early 20s, mid 20s. I could stay up till 5 in the morning, sleep till 2 or 3 in the afternoon. Now I get up about anywhere from 8:30 a.m. to 10 a.m. But since I've been on these antibiotics the last week, I've been getting up at about 8:30s without my alarm going off. So, but and going to bed at like 1:30 in the morning. So
And Dorleen says she would love a shout out, which I have you. I wrote your name down, and she said that Distinctive Crochet told her about me, and she subscribed right away. Thank you for checking my channel out and watching my videos. And I love Priscilla. She's such a sweetheart.
hmm
And Kay says she's a night owl, which is why she works overnight.
yeah.
When I work, it was rough working overnight for me.
hmm I actually used to work at a movie theater that we have here in town, and I was the weekend janitor, Friday and Saturday night, and it would take me. I'd get there about 9:30 p.m. and I'd get done about 8 a.m. But we only have 10 rooms, so but it was messy.
And one thing
Nice.
I want to make sure everyone knows about. I do have my clue giveaway going on, and if you're not familiar with it, it actually started about a week ago, and no one guessed the correct answer. So I made a new video, and the game's continuing, and you can make your second guess on this video, but you're only allowed one guess. And if you didn't guess before on the first video, you can guess. You can still guess on this new video. And Sonia is here. Hi, Sonia. How are you doing tonight? And let us know what you're currently working on. And Sonia is actually from Louisiana too. And it shocks me how many people are, with the YouTube community, the yarn community, how many of us are from Louisiana.
And Texas.
And Texas too. But Texas is a big state, so
Yeah.
Deanna says, I have trouble sleeping. I'm a bit of both, I guess. And Dorleen says, movie theaters are great, but customers leave a lot of trash. I apologize to you for all the wrappers I've left on the floor at the movies. And you have a good point, because there's a lot of trash that gets left over, left on the floor at movies. And that reminds me. Oh, go ahead, Crystal.
I was just going to say, you know how some places have nachos that have the cheese dip? Well, a lot of people would put them under their seats, and then when you go to get them out, the cheese goes everywhere. That's not fun to clean up.
I remember one time, whenever I was stationed in Biloxi, Mississippi, there was this movie theater there. And like half the theater was kind of like half the movie theater, they, was closed off, had a bunch of like broken seats. And I ended up getting gum in my hair. So it's like I'm taking ice to my hair for my drink, trying to get the gum out. And then
I've had that happen one time.
And the movie theater here in town isn't. They remodeled a few years ago, so it's a lot better now. But it was kind of the same way, a bunch of broken seats and icky. and that's the only movie theater in my town. And Sonia says she's working on another shawl at this time. Ooh, I love shawls. And Sonia's saying how we're just around the corner. And you're by Crowley, right? If I recall, which is really close. Kay was born in Texas. Hi, Blind Stitches Creations. What's your first name? Let us know. And she wants to know how we are and how's everybody in the chat. I'm doing great. How about you, Crystal?
Oh, I'm doing good. I was reading the comments. I'm sorry.
It's okay. And Deanna says she's doing pretty good aside from popcorn that falls. Oh no, gum in hair, not good. That's one of the worst things. And sometimes you can't get it out. So you gotta cut the hair. Okay. Okay, Blind Stitches wants her link dropped. So I'm gonna go drop that real quick. If you wanna continue reading the comments, Crystal, while I do that.
All right. Welcome in, Trisha and Rosalie and Crystal from Mercola's Corner. How is everyone? And thank you, Trisha. I will tell my mom that. What is everyone working on at the moment, and how is everyone? I'm trying to read that one comment. Discovering knitting. Do you all remember or have been to a dollar movies? When I lived in Florida, they had them all over. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. I've never been to a movie that was that type. But our movie theater did have good prices. They were $5 for any time after 6, and $3 for matinee before 6. So.
Okay. Okay, I got the link dropped now. And Trisha's here. How are you doing today, Trisha? And Trisha thinks your mom is so sweet. And I agree. Yeah, Crystal's mom's a sweetheart. And Yarn It Out is here. How are you doing today? And what's your first name?
Okay, Rosalie.
Huh?
Yarn It Out is Rosalie.
Okay, Rosalie. Hi, Rosalie. Yeah. And Blind Stitches says Marshally. Okay, I remember that now. Okay, and we have Crystal here. Hi, Crystal. How are you doing today? And those that just entered, let us know what you're currently working on.
Hi, Dana. Welcome in.
And Thunder Be Lightning here now. Oh, Thunder and Lightning. Ooh. Yeah, I don't like Thunder and Lightning. We had a night that it got really bad. Hold up. I can't remember her name again. What did you say it was, Crystal?
Who, me?
Yeah, what's Yarn It Out's name again?
Rosalie.
Rosalie, okay. I'm trying to remember it. I'm bad. I really am bad with names. I really try my best to get everyone's name down, but sometimes
write them on a piece of paper.
Yeah, I need to start doing that. And I have actually been pretty good about remembering, but sometimes I just forget. Crystal says, "Is it just me or the screen went black?" I didn't notice it going black. Did anyone else notice the swing of black? And Rosalie says she's working on a pink and white blanket. And Marshallie is from Jamaica, which I've always wanted to go to Jamaica. I bet it has to be nice living there. Okay. And Rosalie wants her link dropped. She needs 5 more to hit her 2K. Ooh, sweet. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go drop her link. So if you want to take over the comments, Crystal.
Okay. I gotta scroll back up to where you were. All right. Ricola can see us now. Hi, Triple C. What did you say your name was? Discovering Knitting? I can't find it. She says, sometimes I heard peanut butter helps with gum and hair. Crystal, what's your YouTube channel's name? Do you mean me or somebody else? Because there is another Crystal in here. Jamaica, me so jealous. Deanna said. I've been to Jamaica one time when I was on a cruise, and I just visited the little shops that were in the area, but it did look really pretty. Blind Stitches says, right now I live in Georgia. I am currently working on a cardigan, the cross stitch cardigan, and I have a tutorial on my channel. Trisha says, I had bought 2 of those anti-pilling bobbins from Premier at Michael's a while ago, and I'm trying to use it. It is one hot mess.
Oops. Okay, somehow Crystal just disappeared. I don't know what happened. But hopefully she'll come back soon. So I see that Dana entered the chat. Hey Dana, how you doing today? Let me know what you're currently working on. Okay, I think Crystal should be coming back. Hopefully. There she is. Hey Crystal. I don't know what happened.
Okay, am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
I don't know.
Now.
It just went blank. I'm like,
okay.
I got kicked out.
Okay, let's see where we left off with the comments. Okay, Jamaica. Okay, you read that. Okay, I think we're on Trisha.
Yeah, it was that one I was on, I think.
Trisha says that she had bought 2 of those anti-piling bobbins from Premier at Michael's a while ago, and I am trying to use it. It's one hot mess. I'm going to have to rewind the entire bobbin. Oh, yikes. And Premier usually has good yarn. Let's see. Okay, looks like Rosalie says she can't remember names either. And it really is hard. Okay. And Deanna says, I'll have to look at the cardigan tutorial. Does it come in large sizes? So let Deanna know if it comes in large sizes. And let's see. Okay. Okay, they're wanting your channel and Trisha's. Okay. So I'm gonna drop a few more links.
Trisha also wants her channel dropped too.
Yeah, let me get
so Darlene, my channel's name is called Crystal the Yarny Chicken and Crazy Cat Lady.
Okay. I'm gonna go drop these links if you wanna continue, and then I don't think there's that many comments left. So if you want to ask the next question after.
Triple C says, I'm an in. Well, it just jumped. Hold on.
Oops, I hit the wrong thing.
I'm in Indiana. I'm working on my first tote, and I'm finishing assembling cat couch number 2. I bet that's cute. I wanted to make one of them kitty couches for my 2 cats. I made them some flat cat beds, but they loved them for about 2 weeks, and that was it. Premier bobbins are horrible to work with. I am never getting anything like that again. I've heard bad reviews on them too. Deanna is in Northern California.
Sorry about that. I clicked on one of Trisha's videos. Okay. Have both those links.
I hope they don't give you too much grief either, Dana.
And normally Crystal acts as my moderator, so she normally drops the link. So I guess we probably should have gotten a backup moderator tonight.
Yeah, that's true. Because right now I do not see a place to even type in the chat, so I couldn't drop links if I wanted to, Connie. I'm sorry.
It's okay. So, are we caught up on the comments?
For the most part, yeah.
Okay. Okay. So go ahead and ask the next question, Crystal.
What is the best type of cheese?
I love me.
You want to answer?
Okay. I love me some pepper jack cheese, and there's also like this smoked cheddar that's really good that I like. But I pretty much love all cheese. Cheese is yummy. What about you, Crystal?
When you said pepper jack, I'm like, oh, yep, that's my favorite cheese. But I also like cheddar, American cheddar. What's that? Monterey Jack or something, Cheddar Jack, something like that.
Yeah, those are good too. I don't think there's any cheese that I don't like. Well, I don't care for blue cheese. And
I don't either.
Dana says she loves Premier yarn as well. Yeah, they have some really nice, and I love the sweet rolls from Premier.
I do too. Recall, go up to the comment before that one and put the comment on. Nope, go up. The one above Premier, Ricola's comment.
From Crystal, Ricola Crochet?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did miss that one. Oops. Crystal wants to let everyone know that she's having a 2K giveaway happening on her channel. So yeah, y'all go check out her channel. And one thing I had said earlier in the live, if you have a YouTube channel and you want me to give you a shout out on my shout out video, I'm going to be doing shout out videos on Thursdays. So if you want a shout out, let me know. And you can either let me know in the comments, but don't put CC for that because CC lets me know that you want your link dropped in the chat right here. Okay. But yeah, either let me know or you can email me and let me know. But yeah, go check out Crystal's giveaway here. And let's see. Dana says smoked Gouda is her favorite. And another thing I'm curious about too, I'm curious, how did everyone hear about my channel? And y'all could also let us know how you heard about Crystal's channel. Okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah, y'all go ahead and support each other's channels. And Sonia says pepper jack. And Darlene says any cheese is the best kind of cheese. Trisha says, I love cheese. I love a good cheddar cheese and brie. Yeah, cheddar is good.
Great, I think.
I'm horrible for mispronouncing words. I really am. Frank always
It's
laughs
okay.
at me about it. And Darlene loves pepper jack cheese and a Philly cheesecake. A Philly cheesesteak's delicious. Yeah, Philly cheesesteak is good. And Kay says all cheese except blue cheese and Swiss cheese. Yeah, I think a lot of people don't care for blue cheese. And Crystal says smoke smoke Gouda all the way. Deanna says pepper jack, provolone, and sharp cheddar. And Marcia Lee says she loves my accent. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Rosalie wants a shout out. Let me jot her down. Yeah, I'm planning to film a video tomorrow. So I'm gonna everyone that has asked, I have Yarn It Out and Discovering Knitting so far. And then I have the one that you had recommended, Crystal, and Priscilla had also recommended a channel. Oops, I hit the wrong comment. Okay, and Rosalie says she loves mozzarella and provolone. And Sonia says searching YouTube at 2 in the morning is when I'm on YouTube laughing out loud. And Trisha says, I think I heard about both of your channels from Jane of Scraptastic. Oh yeah, I love me some Jane. She's a sweetheart.
Aw.
And she actually bought my pattern for my knitted
Aw, that's
hat.
nice.
Because I could kind of tell by the way like the name was that it had to be her.
Mm-hmm.
And Kay wants a shout out on my video. Let's see. Kay's Crochet Haven. Yeah, I decided I should do a shout out video series instead of just randomly. But I mean, if I mention a channel, I'll still give a shout out when I mention a channel on a regular video. Deanna says you are making me hungry. I was just scrolling YouTube and found you, Connie. And a lot of the questions I prepared to possibly ask tonight actually do have to do with food, but I don't know. We probably won't get to everything tonight. And Trisha says, I would never criticize anyone for mispronunciation. I am horrible at pronunciation. And like one thing too, like whenever I was little, I had a lot of speech problems, which is probably part of why I have trouble pronouncing words. And Rosalie says, YouTube recommended your channel. And I'm so
Mm-hmm.
glad that all of y'all decided to check my channel out. And Deanna says, Jane is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And Sonia said, I found Cat Lady first and found Connie on her page, and the rest is just surfing YouTube. You're known as Cat Lady, Crystal.
I do have cats and I love them, so I am a cat lady.
I am too. So I guess go ahead and ask the next question, Crystal.
All right. What was your biggest cooking disaster?
For me, there was one time I forgot to turn on the crock pot, and the next morning realized it was raw. And it's horrible doing that because, like, I mean, you wasted everything. You gotta throw out
Mhm.
everything. It's like there's no saving it. And then the first time I ever cooked for Frank, I decided to cook a spaghetti. And normally everyone loves my spaghetti. And I don't know what happened. It was probably I was using his cast iron pot, and it just kind of had like this metallic taste. It it was not good. And here's Frank thinking at first like she don't know how to cook. What about you, Crystal?
um, I'm really not sure. I guess. Has there ever been a disaster when I cooked? My biggest disaster in cooking? The smoke detector went off. Burned something probably. But I did work for a restaurant in my late teens, early 20s, so I knew how to cook by then.
Okay, let's see. Sonia says I like videos for patterns. I just deleted 10 people because they didn't do many videos on patterns.
Hmm.
Yeah, patterns are always nice to have on channels. And Trisha says, I am like Rachel Ray. I burn bread. And Rosalie says, overcooked the turkey too long. When we lifted it out the pan, it fell apart and in a bazillion pieces. Oh no. And turkeys take so long to cook.
Mm-hmm.
And Kay says, I'm not sure how I found y'all. I want to say it through someone dropping y'all's link. Yeah, that's probably a good possibility. Sonia says she hates to cook, but I love to eat rice and gravy when her husband cooks. And if I cook for myself, it's meatball stew. Ooh, meatball
Mm.
stew is good. And Frank cooked one. It was sometime last week he cooked one. It was good. And Marshall says, I'm sorry, Dorleen said, I'm getting names confused, sorry. Dorleen says, I was baking sweet potato banana bread and it was chewy like rubber on a tire. Oh no. Oh, and I just thought of some other disasters when I was trying to do like um, the gluten free breads, and those are hard to cook because it's like the center doesn't cook as well, and like a lot of times the center's kind of like mushy and or it falls apart. I never did very good with gluten free baking. And Marshall said, I first heard about you ladies from Triple C. Yeah, Triple C is awesome for shout out. And Kay said she started a grease fire trying to melt the grease to dump out. Oh no. I hope it didn't get it wasn't bad or anything. Okay, dump out. Okay. Okay. And Marshall would like to challenge us to do something without sight, anything that you love, and then do a video on your experience. That could be a good idea. So yeah, if y'all want to do this challenge, make some videos. And Deanna says she wanted to impress a boyfriend years ago. He loved Mexican, so she made enchiladas, rice and beans, then hid it because I was nervous he wouldn't like it, laughing out loud. Not a disaster. They were great. He just didn't get any.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and ask them. Sonia wants to know who is this on Nightbot. Nightbot is just a program. It's just a program that I use to like send messages along the chat. Okay, Marshall says, I was in adult daily living class making scrambled eggs and I put too much salt and too much oil. Laugh out loud doing it without sight. Well, yeah, too much salt. Oh. Okay. And Jolene said, I bleed to death, attempting to knit with my eyes closed. I poke myself with my eyes open. Yeah, I have to look when I knit. I can't do it without looking, or at least not long. Okay. Okay, so the next question is, what was your favorite restaurant as a kid? Mine would be Bonanza. We didn't eat out a lot as a kid, so it was like a special treat when we actually did. And usually it was always Bonanza. And then like my parents never bought like Happy Meals or anything. So anytime I'd be at one of my friends' house growing up, like sometimes like her parents would get us Happy Meals, and I thought I hit the jackpot getting Happy Meals. I, what about you, Crystal?
I think that's sweet.
No, I mean we always had home cooked meals. My mom always cooked, and we really didn't eat out horribly. So how about you, Crystal?
I'm trying to remember that barbecue place that was in our town when I was growing up. I don't want to yell at my grandmother to ask her the name. Look, hold on.
Okay. I'm going to read the apps while she's the comments while she's asking.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Crystal.
It was called Joe's Barbecue. We would go there quite often because my grandfather loved the barbecue there. And when I was little, I would always eat like crazy. And that was one of my favorite places to go.
Ooh, barbecue's good. Sonia says she doesn't know how to knit. And just so you know, Sonia, on my channel, I have some knitting tutorials in my knitting tutorial playlist. You might want to check that out because I teach you how to do like the knit stitch, purl stitch, casting on. I think I still need to do one for casting off. And then Sonia says she loves her some Sonic. I love their ice. I love the crushed ice, and they have good slushies. I love the what you call the strawberry lemonade slushy. That's good. And Trisha says there was a small place in Newark that had trains set up, and the train would bring the lunch to your table. Ooh, that sounds nice. That that sounds like that would be awesome. And Marshall says she grew up in Jamaica, so she didn't have a favorite restaurant. My grandma's cooking was her favorite. And Kay says there was a restaurant here called Mr. Ed's. I loved it when we went there. Okay. Oh, and another thing too, if y'all have any ideas of questions that I could ask in my live videos, that's another thing. Let me know. Y'all can email it to me. And Sonia says, I'm saying this, I like any place that cooks for me. I hate cooking. And I'm the opposite. I like to cook.
You're not in it.
And Darlene says Captain D's.
We had one of those in Alvin.
I don't think I've ever ate at Captain D's.
It's kind of like Long John Silver's in a way.
And I don't think I ever ate there either.
Okay.
I was one of those
Okay.
super shoppers.
Rosalie
Bye,
says
Rosalie.
she's gotta run. So bye, Rosalie. I hope you have a nice night. Okay.
No trolls.
So you want to ask the next question, Crystal?
Okay. I don't want to ask this one. Why'd you give it to me? But this is going to be fun.
It was on my list.
If you had a third ear, where would you put it?
I thought it was a cute question.
It is. It's fun. It's just for fun.
I put it right on the top of my head. How about you, Crystal?
I'd probably put it in the back of my head so I can hear.
People behind you talking about you.
That's my grandmother sitting here.
That's what I was saying back.
Hi, Mama.
Hey, Mama.
But yeah,
Thank you.
Right there. I was looking.
There she's waiting. Thank you,
I was
Deanna.
thinking of questions to ask, and that was what I saw, and I started cracking up laughing when I saw it. I'm like, I have to ask that. And Deanna says that we look very nice tonight. Thank you. Okay, the question, Sonia, is what would you, hold up. Let me find the question. If you had a third ear, where would you put it at? Okay. And Marshally wants a shout out on my video. Let me write that down. Blind Stitches Creations. Okay. I got you down for my video tomorrow. So Deanna says, okay, I was born deaf in right ear, so I would put it in that area. That would be a good spot.
Yeah.
Kay says she would put it on the back of her head. It would all look funny with 3 ears going around everywhere. And Trisha says the back of her neck. So I could if I had to.
I think she means find it if she had to.
And Darlene says I would put the ear on my forehead, so when I lean in, you'd know I'd really want to hear what you have to say. If I lean back, stop talking. That's a good one. I like that answer. But no, like some of the I have a couple thought-provoking ones, and really if you think about these, it's a very good point. If Cinderella's slipper fit her good, why did it fall off?
Yeah.
The only thing I could think of with that is if the shoe got wet or something.
Don't you remember?
And
Mama was saying that she tripped.
She tripped going down the stairs.
And then if you know how cats like mice? Why isn't there mice flavored cat food? Okay, and Sonia says I have eyes tattooed on my back. That's funny. Okay, Trisha said cover it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And Marshall says I will put it at the back of my head. But right now, being that I don't have sight, my hearing is like 100%, so I could hear a pin drop. And they say that when you lose one sense, your other ones really kick in. And that kind of reminds me of one time my friend Bernie, which some of y'all have probably seen her in the chat. Well, she came by the house, and I'm walking outside and I'm being silly and I'm dancing. And like I could not hear her radio. But like she was just like, you realize you're dancing to the beat of the song on the radio, and I can't even hear. I didn't even hear the song playing. But somehow I guess I sensed the beat. Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and ask the next question if I can find my spot. Oh, y'all gonna like this one. This is another funny one. Have y'all ever noticed how Ice Ice Baby and the song Under Pressure, the very beginning, like the first couple of seconds, how they almost sound identical? So,
Mhm.
in those first few seconds of hearing what could be either of those songs, which song would you want it to be? Ice Ice Baby or Under Pressure? I will go with Ice Ice Baby. What about you, Crystal?
I would have to probably say the other one, Under Pressure. No, Deanna, I do not. I have cats. They're my kids.
Yeah, yeah, same with me. Our cats are our babies. And Sonia says Ice Ice Baby. And now I'm curious, is that song stuck in your head now? Ice Ice Baby. And Darlene says Under Pressure all the way. I love Queen. You know, I love Another One Bites the Dust. That's my favorite Queen song. Deanna says don't recall either song. Um, not, who's Ice Ice Baby? I'm trying to think of the singer's
Vanilla
name.
Ice.
Yeah, Vanilla Ice.
They were
And
both
Queen
from
sings
the.
Under Pressure. And I think David Bowie did Under Pressure too. And Sonya says, yes, I guess drop the mic it. Kay says either song. Sonia says vanilla. And Marshall says, yes, it's like my herring triple. And Deanna says, I have 6 and 18 grandkids, a great reason to know how to crochet. Yeah, no grandkids, but you gotta have kids to have grandkids.
Yeah. Well, I take that back. I do have grandkids. Oreo's had many litters, but now she's fixed. You can't have any more grandkids.
My cats have never had babies.
Mhm.
But when we had Izzy, she did have some kittens. Dolly Parton, Bob Barker, and Booger.
Mhm.
Sonia says she's singing it.
Mhm.
Okay, so you want to ask the next question, Crystal?
All right. If you could be a fictional, just wrote on my finger, a fictional character, who would you be?
This one I had a hard time thinking of answers because the only thing I could really think of was like Laura Ingalls from Little House, but technically that's that's based on loosely based on a true story. So she's really not completely fictional per se. So my next choice was Elsa from Frozen. I want to be the Ice Queen. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Okay, I think y'all see that I'm a bad singer. What about you, Crystal?
Huh. Fictional character. I would have to be the Doctor on Doctor Who, but then I wouldn't stay him forever. I would always change. So, but that would be my guess.
Okay. So Sonia's saying that Deanna has a big family.
That is a big family.
And Sonia says, yes, me too, Connie. And Trisha says, Supergirl. And Darlene says, Nikki from The Young and the Restless. Yeah, I watched The Young and the Restless. I haven't watched it lately. I, I usually just pop up watching it here and there just to kind of keep up with what's going on. But yeah, I watched The Young and the Restless and The Bold and the Beautiful. And I remember back in the day, Guiding Light. That used to be my favorite soap opera. And so it says on the Frozen Elsa. Yeah, I like how she started building stuff with the ice. I thought that was so cool in the movie.
Hey,
And then
Tammy, mommy.
she says she was eating and cleaning the dishes. So how are you doing tonight, Tammy? And what are you currently working on? And Sonia says she never watches soaps. I watched them more when I was young because my mom always watched them. But as I got older, I watched, like I said, I kind of watch them sometimes. And Deanna says Sally Field played the flying nun. Remember that show? I used to want to be a flying nun. That's funny. Let's see. Trying to see if there's anything I forgot to mention in my notes.
Welcome in, Michelle.
Oh, hi, Michelle. How are you doing today? Let us know what you're working on. And the current question is if you could be a fictional character, who would it be? And Darlene said, yes, I was the same as you, Connie. I started watching because of my mom. I don't watch much anymore. Yeah, the plots are too predictable. Because I can tell you what's going to happen before it happens. It's like once you've watched soaps for a while, they they really are so predictable. And then Kay says Lucy Ricardo, I love Lucy. And Michelle is working on a lovey.
Tammy said, tired, laugh out loud. Still working on the granny fur blanket for her son, my brother.
Oops, I missed her comment. Sorry about that. And I try to read everybody's comments, and if I miss your comment, I'm so sorry. It's not intentional. And Sonia says she wants to work on a lovey. see. Okay. Oh, Bernie's here. Hey, Bernie, how you doing tonight? What's new going on in Pennsylvania? And how's Terry? And Allie and Sophie say now. And you don't want to know where Allie's been hanging out lately. Crazy little cat. And Deanna says, I lost interest after General Hospital's Ice Princess. And I never really could get into General Hospital. And Tammy wants to know what a lovey is.
A lovey is a stuffed animal and a granny square crocheted onto a hairband. And it goes around the stomach of the animal.
And Bernie says she had a rough day. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you have a better day tomorrow. Michelle says she can't stay in the chat. Oh, okay. Well, you have a good night, Michelle.
Thanks for dropping in, Michelle.
And Bernie says meow meow. Yeah, Bernie is my cat's aunt. She's my cat supplier. Okay, Sonny says, y'all tell Mom. Okay, we did. Crystal said what it was.
There is also a 24-second delay when we're reading the chat. It's 24 seconds after they've said it until we actually see it. So it kind of takes us a minute to get to the actual comments. So,
and then sometimes we're talking, and then and then we go back to get to the comments. So, but we try to answer everything in the comments. Okay, let's see. Okay, I lost my place on my questions. Okay, what would you do without electricity for 3 days? Well, in Louisiana, we're used to getting hurricanes, so typically we're not really out of power all the time for that long. And the few times that we were, I was always somewhere that had backup generator, so I didn't completely, go without it that long. But I know for the hurricane we had last year, we were out, we lost power. It wasn't even 24 hours, and it was hot and miserable. We had to keep going to the core to cool down. And if I lost power, I definitely would not want it to be during the summer.
Yeah.
And really, there's not a whole lot you can really do. Now, in the daytime, you can do more, like possibly read a book, go outside if there's not enough light. But at night, oh, it's rough being without electricity. And that's one thing, up north, they really never lose power. It's really, really rare. But down south, bad weather tends to knock the power out. So what about you, Crystal?
I already forgot what the question was.
What would you do without electricity for 3 days?
Probably read a book, crochet. Yeah, probably just read my books and then crochet. Or at night when I couldn't see, I would have a little lamp that I read by. And during the day I would crochet. So
see, for the hurricane, my plan was to crochet. And of course, around the time electricity went out, it was dark, so I couldn't really see well enough to crochet. And that was whenever I was really new to crochet. And then like the next day, I was just so miserable and hot that I just did not want to, I didn't have energy to do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. And Bernie says, thank you. And yes, I'm the cat supplier. I'm a bad girl. Let's see. And Sonia says she would crochet, crochet, crochet. And Sonia says, only for storms. We out when it's very bad storms. And I hope this year hurricane season isn't bad. And Tammy wants to know if we can get a mayhaw tree in Louisiana. I'm not sure what a mayhaw tree is, to tell you the truth. Do you know what a mayhaw tree is, Frank? I don't think he's listening. But I'm really not sure because I'm not sure what type of tree that is.
I think she means a grapevine, like mayhaw grapes.
I think some people have been successful with doing grapes, but it's not as like, you don't hear people growing grapes that much though. And Bernie says nothing's on her hooks. She's working on a junk journal. Ooh, interesting. Okay. And Sonia's saying that we do, so, but like I said, I don't think we have like that much of people growing grapes though. And Tammy says she would crochet. And so does Kay. Hold on a minute, y'all. Sorry about that.
You okay?
And can you take over the comments? Hopefully my voice comes back better.
Won't go up. There it is. Whoa, it went up too far. Okay. Kay says she would crochet. My mom says that I would crochet. Sonia says I just bought the neck light. I love it and it's a must-have. So she would probably be crocheting. And Bernadette says I usually read, pray, and do plastic canvas. Trisha says when I lived in northern New Jersey, we used to have ice storms, and we used to lose power a lot. We had a kerosene heater and a generator. My mom, Tammy, says I stay until I couldn't stand it anymore, and then play games on my phone until the battery was dead. Deanna says, yes, Tammy, me too. Mayhaw jelly is a big thing in Lake Charles and in Kinder. It just jumped. Hold on. Bernadette says she loves mayhaw jelly. And she's saying, no, it's a fruit tree. Okay. Muscadine mayhaw is a berry tree. Is not us. Okay. And then Louisiana nurseries would have mayhaw trees.
Yeah, I don't.
Do you want me to ask another question?
Yeah, go ahead and ask another question.
The scariest thing that happened to you? Well, for me, I was gonna go and then let your voice rest a minute if that's okay.
Yeah, you go.
Okay. I would have to say I was laying in my bed one night and I'm sitting there watching TV and I hear this light little thump on my bed. And I kind of lean up, and about this far from my hand, there is a scorpion on my bed.
Oh,
I hate
no.
scorpions. And I jumped out of my bed. I went and we have these sticky pads that are like, well, I got to get in the camera, about that big or that wide and like that long. And so I took it and I stuck it to my bed to get it off my bed, stuck it to that sticky pad. That scared me half to death. I know for the next 3 days I was looking up at my ceiling because it came out of my ceiling fan above my bed.
Oh. I actually have 3 stories to tell that I can tell y'all. One time whenever I was in the Navy and I was in Biloxi, and I think I was on leave, and I don't remember all the details, but I was like in between, going one place. Well, I had flown in to Biloxi, and I got a hotel room for the night, and like I had the shuttle take me to the hotel, and like he takes my luggage out, and all of a sudden there was this creepy guy that starts walking towards us. And you could tell it even creeped out the driver. So he basically just like dumps my luggage, hurries up and gets back in his shuttle and just takes off, leaving me there all by myself. So I'm doing everything I can to hurry up, unlock the door to my room, get the luggage in, and hurry up and lock the door. So, and luckily nothing happened. But I'm just over there going, why didn't that guy stay? What? And then one time when I worked at the hospital, I was coming to work, and we had to park in the parking garage. And every now and then you would have someone that would cut through the parking garage to get like to the other road. But normally they would just walk all the way through. Well, this lady comes up to my car window, and I was scared. And I mean, it was like 10 o'clock at night. So, and what I probably should have done was I probably should have started my car and drove off because I had gotten to work early. But luckily, what I did worked, and nothing happened. So I took my cell phone out and I called security. And when she saw me take my phone out, she took off. And then once I saw that, she was far enough away, I hurried up and ran into the building and found security. So luckily, nothing happened with that. And then they said that like she had been wandering around the building all day, and they kept stopping and questioning her. And the other time, now this was probably more scary. And I was young and naive, and now I would never have done what I did to get myself in this situation. But I was waitressing, and I had like these guys sitting at a table, and one of the guys had mentioned that, if I was looking for like some part-time work or another job type thing, and I'm single, living on my own, and I'm like, yeah, sure, I didn't think anything of it, and I probably should have asked more questions and stuff. Well, like I'm talking to the guy at the table, and he asked me where I live, and right there, that this is my big mistake, where I told him what street I lived on, but I really didn't think he would know where it was because most people didn't know where that street was at. and he knew where it was at. And, basically figured out where I lived. Then it gets worse because evidently he came back later on and asked one of my coworkers what car I drove. And she told him what my car looked like. And when she told me about this, I'm like, why did you tell him? And she's over there going, I thought it was like your dad or something. And it's like, yeah, but typically people that need to know what I'm driving know what I'm driving, you know? And right there, that's when I started panicking. So, like, my boss walked me out to my car, and even one of my coworkers followed me home to make sure I'd be okay. Well, what I didn't count on was she followed me right before I kind of turned into the area I lived in. But I didn't see this until like after she kept going. Well, he was stopped at the stop sign of my street with the lights off. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, what do I do? And 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 the thing is that there were a couple of other things that I could have done, but I really think I would have put myself more in danger. And where how he was, he had to turn around to get to me. So I just hurried up, got to my apartment, ran into my apartment, locked the doors, and next thing you know, knocking on my door, trying to turn the doorknob, knocking on my window. So I called the cops, and like, he finally went away. But like, even the cops fussed at me for giving the guy too much information. And like, I didn't stay in my apartment for like a month. I stayed at my cousin's because I was scared to stay at my apartment. And even whenever I finally went back, it was like I was still scared. What if the guy comes back around? But nothing else ever happened.
Well, that's good.
So like I said, in the end, I made the right choice since nothing happened. But yeah, don't ever give people too much information like that. But like I said, I was young. You don't think something like that can happen to you, and thank God nothing did happen. Okay, where did we leave off? Okay, Brenda's here. Hi, Brenda. How
Hi,
are you doing
Brenda.
tonight? Let us know what you're currently working on. And Sonia says seeing a snake. Yeah, I don't like snakes. Yeah, I don't do snakes. And Tammy says the stroke. Yeah, that had to have been scary, Tammy. But you seem like you're doing so well now.
She is. She is doing well.
And Bernie says during a storm with straight line winds, a tree came down right through the roof, landing on mother's bed. Good thing I already had gotten her settled in the living room. I bailed water for 3 hours. Oh, yeah, that had to be terrifying. And luckily, you did get her out of that room in time. I squirreled too much. And Tammy says that when she lived in Sulphur, I went to water one of my plants and curled up in the pot was a cottonmouth. I ran and screamed like a baby. Oh yeah. I don't know. Snakes are just so creepy. And then that some of them are poisonous. Okay. Sonia says I have very bad nightmares when I see snakes. I have to leave every light on in my house. Shaft. Oh yeah. I don't do snakes. And Tammy is wanting to know if Sonia has a channel. I don't think she does, but let us know, Sonia. And Sonia says, no way, Sha. I would have to put gas on that and burn it. Okay. And Sonia says, no YouTube channel. And Tammy says she looked at nothing Cajun, and nothing came up except Cajun music. And Bernie says she has a healthy respect for snakes. Not me. I don't want nothing to do with no snake. And Tammy says, I am doing much better, but waking up and being paralyzed on one side is freaking scary. Oh, I bet it is. I mean, I know this is nothing in comparison to what you went through, but there was one time I either coughed or sneezed, and it was just like afterwards, it was like I could hardly move. I couldn't move. And then like for the next few days, it was so painful to just turn my neck. And that was scary for me. But but yeah, that going through a stroke, that had to be terrifying. And Deanna says, I was driving to work after a heavy rain. I was just getting onto the freeway, and at a slight curve, my van hit a slippery spot. I spun around three times, and my van just stopped, turned off as it started into, I'm presuming turning into traffic. A big roof flew by me. If the van didn't come to a complete stop, it would have hit me. Oh my gosh. Yeah, those big rigs, those are nothing to play with. But I'm glad that you were safe.
Hi, Darlene.
Oh, oops. And Darlene says she's signing off. Everyone have a good night. She has to get up early for work tomorrow. This was amazing. Can you take over, Crystal? My voice is going out again.
Tammy says, Deanna, that is scary. Bernadette also has to go. She says she has to say good night and take care, everyone. We will. Thank you for coming in.
Okay, so that's everybody.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, bye, Bernie, and bye, Darlene. Y'all have a good night. And really, I've been on for an hour and a half now. So I think we're gonna wrap things up. You have anything you want to tell them, Crystal, before we go?
Well, next week, Connie will be on my channel on Tuesday at 12 noon Central Standard Time. And so join us for that. And she tagged me in another video. So now I got to do another tag video and figure out who I'm going to tag. Thank you.
I still need to do the non-Yorny tag one. And I came up, I need 3 more things. And I'm having trouble because I've said so much on my channel that I'm trying to find stuff that I haven't talked about yet to tell everyone about. And then I'm going to have Frank do his video too.
And Sonia wants to know, how do I make a YouTube channel? Well, you already have technically a channel. You just don't have any content uploaded. So you would have to film a video of some sort, and then you would go to something called YouTube Studio, and you look for a little arrow button, and that's like to upload a video. Trisha, Connie and I met. She was my 100 subscriber giveaway winner. And I would talk back and forth with her about her hook colors, the color of her yarn she wanted dyed that I was doing personally for her, and we emailed I think like 38 times before I sent the package off, and we talked ever since.
Yeah, we just kept talking to each other.
And now she's my YouTube bestie.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I've been coughing some tonight. I've probably been talking too long.
It's okay. Maybe you
like,
need to drink some hot tea.
So I'm kind of like, it's probably time to wrap things up now. But, and Trisha says that's so nice to hear. Yeah, and I love making friends from the yarn community.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, so we're gonna wrap everything up, and I hope everyone has a fabulous yarny day today. Well, tonight and then tomorrow, and be the light. And bye.